and Shabbat Shalom. My name is Rabbi Jade Carter. Thank you so much for being here. This evening, we are not only taking the opportunity to welcome in Shabbat, but we are also taking the opportunity to honor the lives and current lives of people who are struggling or have struggled with breast, ovarian, or prostate cancer. This Shabbat is in partnership with Sharsheret, and our Sharsheret representative Jenna is here today. Thank you so much for being here. This evening's service is going to be a mix of sharing stories and experiences, as well as sharing the sweetness of Shabbat. And with that, we're going to get started with a song of hope and a song of resilience.
As you can see, we're a little bit light on our band members. Laura and the Freedom Song crew are traveling, so we may need a little extra help up here. So I believe everyone knows this song, so you can join in if you like. All right, Sarah.
At first I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. Then I spent too many nights seeing how you did me wrong, and I grew strong, and I learned how to get along.
And so you're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have made you leave your key. If I'd have known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me.
Go on now, go. Walk out the door. Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with a goodbye? You think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die?
Oh no, not I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live, and I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. Hey, hey. Go on now, go. Somebody know I'm not that chained up little person still in love with you. And so you felt like dropping in and just expect me to be free. Now I'm saving all my loving for someone who's loving me.
Go on now, go.
Walk out the door.
Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore.
Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? Do you think I'd crumble?
Did you think I'd lay down and die? Oh no, not I. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive.
I've got all my life to live, and I've got all my love to give, and
I'll survive. I will survive.
What a beautiful song to start our evening with. We know as a Jewish people that suffering is a part of life. Happiness is a part of life. And when we sing of survival, we're not only talking about our ephemeral bodies, but we're talking about our souls. We're talking about our memories. And so we grab onto that strength together in community. We grab onto that strength from within, and we get to share that with the people that we are with today. So right now I'm going to call up Travis, who is going to share his experience with breast cancer and share some memories of his mother. You're doing great. You're doing great.
My name's Travis. I'm a grateful member of this community. I apologize. Some believe that God created people, all people equally in their own special way. If you would have had the opportunity to meet Suzanne Marie Barrett for just a moment, you would have known that she was one of God's special creators. Tapping into her servant heart and being obedient to God's call in her life, she attended nursing school and had a successful career as a lead charge nurse at Kaiser Permanente. Obedience to God, honoring the covenant that was passed to her through past generations, she cultivated a loving, thoughtful atmosphere with her coworkers and patients at her work. After meeting the love of her life, she married Thomas Gordon and birthed her first child, Megan Michelle, in 1978. Falling deeply in love with her daughter and all involved with motherhood, she prayed for another child. God answered her prayers, and 3 years later, giving her a son named Travis John that May of 1981. Life was all one could ask. God blessed her with the American dream. 2 amazing kids, a loving husband, a beautiful home, and a career caring for sick people. Life could not have gotten any better. Unfortunately, after that, it did not. One spring day in 1984, Suzanne Marie Barrett became aware via her medical doctors that she had acquired breast cancer. Aggressive treatment involving several rounds of chemo over a span of 5 years eventually led to her going into remission. She became a miracle. Life of pain, tears, and sadness started looking up, or so we briefly thought. On her 37th birthday, almost a year since the news of being cancer-free, her family set off to celebrate this wonderful woman and regained her health at the Sea Lion restaurant in Malibu. Unfortunately, the fish dinner she chose that night gave her a horrible case of food poisoning, thus resulting in her immune system to weaken, allowing the cancer to return and spread to 5 different areas in her body: breast, bone, lung, hip, and skin, sending her to heaven 6 months after celebrating her birthday. When her heart stopped that cold February morning, so did everything I knew about life and happiness. All of me died that day. For many years following, I did not know what I was feeling or how to deal with them. I coped through excessive and unhealthy habits and stuffed volatile emotions that led to a very hard and disturbing life. I wish my mother did not have to look down on me while going through life dealing with the trauma the way I did. There's something horrific about watching the one person you love the most die in front of you at such a young age and not being able to comprehend the way, or be able to comprehend, and will no longer be there will no longer be a presence in my daily life. Today I know that my mother is with me in more ways than just tattoos on my arm commemorating her. She died so she could be with me every moment on this earth. Her spirit guides me even when I can't feel her. The wind sometimes feels like a kiss from her telling me it'll be okay. I still have a lot of healing I need to do, and I know it will never stop grieving her. But if you suffer yourself from a loss of a family member or friends succumbing to this disease or any sickness for that matter, I plead you tonight to never stop remembering the loving memories to which your heart holds. Memories can fade when left dormant in our heart. Talk about them to others. Reminiscing in your own way, allow the beauty to carry them on. I didn't do that, and it grieves me daily. I now have lost memories of her touch or her smell of her shampoo or the feel of her lips kissing my head are non-existent. Nightmares of that February night attacked me because I held on to the pain. So I beg you, look at the pictures of past time and talk to that person directly and hold strong to the good memories. It releases the pain that's trapped inside. If you're here tonight as a survivor or battling cancer currently, then allow me to say that I love you and don't ever give up. Just because my mother passed does not mean you won't overcome. You are a warrior and we serve a great God. Have faith and believe that you will see yourself through these troubled times. I pray in the Lord's name, healing over your body and peace in your heart as you carry through this fight. I pray that the doctors who care for you and the medication you take are anointed by God's power to bring divine healing to your body and peace to you and your loved ones. You matter and you are loved. Never feel like you are doing this alone. We, all of us are fighting this with you and cheering you on. You are not alone. Keep firm in your faith in our Creator above. Lastly, to my mother, Suzanne, Mama, the beat of my heart and my guardian angel, I love you. Every day my heart hurts a little bit more because I miss you and I wish I could feel your arms around me as I once did come for me when I needed you. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I wish you didn't have to witness the things that I've done, but I'm home now at BTS and healing more every day. I know you're up there with God and Nana watching down on me, already knowing everything is going to be all right. Nothing will ever take the pain away, but I won't let it consume me any longer. No one could ever take your place as my mother. I pray that when God blesses me with a wife and kids of my own, that she will have all the qualities as a wife and a mother that you had when you walked this earth. I hold fast that you are always with me, and that makes everything today a bit more manageable to deal with. I love you.
Travis, thank you so much. What a heartfelt and beautiful testament. We say in the Jewish tradition, may their memory be for a blessing. And what Travis shared with us was absolutely a blessing. Not only a blessing of his strength, but of his mother's strength and of the community. And Travis, I just want to commend you for being so vulnerable and open. And that's what we do here at BTS. We share our pain and our sorrow out loud so that we know we're not alone and that we have support. Now we're gonna do our candle lighting for the evening for Shabbat, and we have 2 birthdays this week. We have Mike L. and we have Dominic. Are they both here? Okay, great. Come on up. We're gonna do our candle lighting.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We're now going to come together with Shalom Alechem, and there's the translation of shalom in English is peace, and it's a little short-ended for me, this translation of peace, because the Hebrew word for shalom means complete, and the Latin word for peace is everyone has a peace, right? But in Hebrew, we understand contentment, everyone being complete, as what it means to be filled with peace. And so we're singing Shalom Alechem, peace be unto you, completeness be unto you, contentment be unto you. That's what we're bringing in today. And we're going to sing together Shalom Alechem.
Shalom Alechem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Boachem leshalom malachi hashalom malachi Elyon Mimelech malchi hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu lai 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 la 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 lai la lai la 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 lai la lai la lai השלום מלאכי השלום מלאכי עליון מלך ממלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא לי 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 לי
Let's give it up for Sarah, our special vocalist for the evening. Let's actually give it up for all of our musicians. We've got Cantor Nate, of course, always comes, no problem. He's so happy to come to work every Shabbat. We're very lucky to have him. We have Mike on guitar, and we have Ted on stand-up bass. So this part of the evening is where we take the opportunity to give and receive tzedakah. Tzedakah comes from the word for righteousness. And in Judaism, there's just no option not to give tzedakah, not to give some form of support for our community. Our residents are able to practice tzedakah in ways of being there for the community. We also encourage them to give some form of monetary value back to the community. But your donations help with everything from resident programming to resident fun. This evening, half of our tzedakah donations are going to Sharsheret to honor them and the lives that we're honoring this evening. So please donate if you can. One of the teachings around tzedakah is we are not told to give our last dollar out. We are taught to keep our needs met first and then give to others. But if we don't have anything to give, we can also give words of comfort. Words of comfort have the amount of strength, the amount of righteousness, the amount of good. If you don't have anything to give, offer someone words of comfort, words of encouragement, or just a Shabbat Shalom. And now we're going to have Cody, who's going to share about his mother.
Oh, this is a little... Okay. Hello, I'm Cody. I'm a grateful member of this community. It's good to see you all night. Thank you for coming out to support us. So there are few events in life that have the potential to transform us like the death of a parent. While many women lose their battle to breast cancer, like my mother did in 2010, I choose to focus on how awareness can encourage, create hope, and uplift others. These events can break our spirits, but we can't let that happen. We must use the events of our lives as a catalyst to help others. What good could such horrible things do besides build our own resilience? I say such an event is utterly useless unless we use it, unless I'm actively using it to help others. As someone who is affected by breast cancer, I show up tonight to make myself visible. That we get through this together, that you can do this too. Talk about the most painful dark corners of your life with others. You aren't alone. It warms my heart that we come together on this Shabbat every year in support of those who are affected by this ailment. It allows me to revisit this time in my life with new hope, affection, having a new experience. If you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out to others for help. Thank you.
speaking of struggling out loud, this time, or struggling or celebrating out loud, actually, we're going to take time to do tshuva out loud. This is our time where residents or people of the community have the opportunity to say, hey, in our language here, we say, hey, I missed the mark. Not, hey, I'm a shit person. It's, hey, I did something that I'm not proud of, and I want to ask the community for forgiveness. So we're going to invite residents to do that. At the same time, we're also going to give people here the opportunity to express some gratitude, whether it's for another resident or express gratitude for something in their life. So come on, we're going to give you the mic, right, Nate? Oh, you're going to come up here after you raise your hand. Yes, come on.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. It's kind of cool up here. My name's Asa, and I'm an extremely grateful member of this community. Thank you, guys. Being what we're here to honor today, people who are struggling with these ailments, I thought that it'd be a good opportunity to come up and give my gratitude to my mom. My mom's someone who went through breast cancer, and so did my grandma, and I just feel really fortunate and grateful that I still have them in my life. And I think when individuals like Travis come up here and share their story, and Cody come up here and share their story, it's hard not to feel that gratitude and be reminded of how grateful we are. Aside from that, I also wanted to express gratitude to this community for welcome. For those of you who don't know, my little brother is a resident here. His name's Soel, and I really wanted to express gratitude for this community because of the way you all have welcomed him here. Early on, he came here January 11th, and the first Friday that I came to visit him was January 12th, and I came in here after getting high on the way here, smoking marijuana on the way here, and just feeling the energy of this community and hearing the stories of the people celebrating their birthdays and seeing the courage of my little brother, it inspired me. The last time I smoked was January 19th, and I've been clean ever since. Thank you. And I really think it was this community that was the catalyst that made me want to do it. And I wanted to just share one last thing before I'm getting signed off by Rosie. Hey, Rosie. My yoga teacher the other day was talking about redwood trees. And if any of you have been lucky enough to go to somewhere like Sequoia or Big Sur, you see these giant trees that are 300 feet, in the air, that have been alive for over 2,000 years, some of these trees. And you think to yourself, they must have the deepest roots possible, and they don't. For those of you who don't know, redwood trees, their roots only go down about 8 or 10 feet. But then what they do is they spread sideways and horizontally and intertwine with the rest of the roots in the community. So thank you all for being our redwood trees, and thank you for being here.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kathy, grateful member of this community. So, a lot of you don't know me. I came here in 2017, July, and I stayed here for a year. And one of the closest people that I met was Dawn. And we fought like sisters. We helped each other. We did so much, especially with Mark Wiseman and blessed memory. So what I want to say for you people here who are living here right now, you are making memories. You are making connections that are so real and so authentic. It's just like, I can't even believe it. And I'm from Michigan. When I came here, I thought I was going to be here 3 months or 6 months tops. 7 years later, I'm still here. And basically this past year, I've been struggling with moving back to Detroit. I just got back from being there for 2 weeks, and I've got to tell you, I'm just like spent. The healthier I get, the more screwed up I see that my family is. And so my stepmother just died, my dad has dementia, and my mom has had major health problems. And because I've been living in California, my family's been shielding me from really what's happening until they need me. Okay, 30 seconds, I see that, I know. So anyhow, I just want to say how grateful I am and for this community, and this is what keeps me here. I mean, I'm not going to move back to Michigan, and I'll get a new apartment and figure things out, but this is a community like I see Nate and Chris and Oleg, and you know, it's just like very comforting for me to be here. So thank you for letting me share. That's it.
Hi, everybody. David, addict alcoholic, grateful member of this community. Yeah. Tonight I just want to give a gratitude for Dom. And if you don't know, he's taking a birthday tonight for 11 years. And yeah. I'm going to try to make this not about me and about him. And I just want to let you know that, like, when I came in here, I was broken. I'm still broken, let's be real. And but when, thanks, Jess. But when I came in, I think it was very important for all the newcomers out there to find somebody that, like, that. I think it's important, like, because I hear what people say, but I watch what you do, right? And I found Dom through Josh, right? And he invited me to go boxing one day, and I found a group of people that were doing this thing, right? And they were talking shit, they were having fun, they were living their lives. And man, that was so like inspirational to me. And like, I feel bad sometimes because I don't get to spend as much time with him as I want, but he was my first sponsor, and he had a huge influence in me staying in the program and continuing down this path. And there were still a few slips and everything like that, but like, this guy is like the real deal, and I'm just so proud of him today, and I think it's like really cool that he's still here after 11 years. He showed up again today, and I think that's important for the newcomers to realize, is that we keep showing up, you know, like no matter what, just keep showing up. If it's not for you, it's for somebody else. So that's all. Thanks.
My name's Adam Rubin, and I'm a grateful member of this community. I just wanted to give gratitude to the donors and everyone who makes it possible for Beit Shuva to continue to be Beit Shuva. This place has just been a refuge for me, a beacon of hope, and I've come back after a relapse, and I'm doing a lot better now. And I just wanted to express gratitude to all the staff and talk a little bit about what happened in October, which was that my mom told me she had breast cancer, and it was the same week that Israel got attacked, and it was a really intense week for me, and I didn't have a program, and and that's when I decided to go back onto Xanax, and so. She's in remission now. She's doing a lot better, and it's thanks to breast cancer awareness programs like the one we have tonight that she got those mammograms. Is because of these kind of events that raise awareness, and I just wanted to express gratitude that we're having this, because this saves lives, and Beit Shuva saves lives already. So. I'm just really grateful to be here. And I also want to mention the hostages, the Israeli hostages. Some of them were brought to Gaza with active breast cancer, and they were denied their treatment. And that makes me really sad. And I think about the hostages every day, and I just want to let everybody know that that I really care about Beit Shuva, and I care about just the Jewish people, and I just really hope that things get better and the hostages come home, and that's it.
Hi, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. My name is Paul. Grateful member. I've been here for about 15 years. 2 kids went through the program. I've gone to a lot of meetings, a lot of Al-Anon meetings over 15 years, some AA meetings, and I've often heard it expressed that, addiction is a weakness, and it's just, you can get better. If you keep using, you're just weak. And it seems to me, it's interesting, I hadn't thought of this until I got in here, and breast cancer, that's a real illness, right? Or there's lots of real illnesses that people are sick from, and good wishes go out to them, but sometimes disdain goes out to addicts, and I think that's exactly the opposite way around. To get healthy from a disease, you just have to give your body to the doctor, and they're going to put something in it or tell you to take something. Hopefully you get better. Sometimes you don't, but you're kind of a passive person. You accept. It's done, the treatment is done to you. What's different about addiction is that the treatment has to be done by you. You have to be the active person. Maybe a medication can help a little bit, but if you're not willing to do the work, you're not going to get better. And the people who are here because they're willing to do the work, and then they do it for one day, and then they wake up the next day, and they got to be willing to do it again every day for the rest of their lives. And that's more than just sort of taking something in. You got to put yourself into it. And so I guess what I'm saying is that why do I keep coming back? It's because there's a lot of strength in this room. I think, I'm grateful for all the strength I've absorbed by being in the midst of all this recovery for 15 years. And that's my share. Thank you.
Oleg, grateful member of this community. I usually don't come up, don't say anything, but I wanted to come up for breast cancer and acknowledge my mother, who also died from breast cancer in my arms at the end. It was very hard. It's a very, very hard thing to go through, and it kept me in my addiction for, I would say, till now. I'm still in it, recovering. But I wish that she was here to see me now, like this time around, that I'm like taking things a little differently. But God bless all those people that are going through it. It's a very hard thing to go through. That's it. Thank you.
Those are some really powerful shares. Just want to acknowledge that and say thank you. And this is such a unique and beautiful place. There's just not a Shabbat service like this anywhere else in the world. And we're going to sing about it. We're going to sing in gratitude with Mizmor Shir.
All right, we're going to do this a little different than what we normally do it like. It's not going to be as... All right, here we go. Mizmor Shir Le'om HaShabbat Tov leodot l'Adonai Uzamer l'shimcha Elyon Uzamer l'shimcha Elyon Mizmor Shir Le'om HaShabbat Tov leodot לשמחה אליהו וזמר לשמחה אליהו להגיד בבוקר הזדחה ואמונך בלילות עלי עשור ולנבל עלי היגיון בכינור מזמור שיר ליום השבת טוב להודות לאדוני וזמר לשמך עליון וזמר לשמך
Stunning, stunning. Thank you. Now is my favorite part of the evening, where we introduce and welcome in our new residents. So we're going to call Damon, Janet, and Hannah.
To come back up to help us with our responsive reading. All right. On the count of three, together, you guys will do it as one. 1, 2, 3.
May the door of this house be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for fellowship.
May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture.
May the door of this house be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity.
May its threshold be no stumbling block to young and straying feet.
May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness.
May its house be for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. Amen.
All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Well, you're going to stay up here for now. All right. Now we're going to welcome in the newest members of our community. I'd like you to introduce yourself, and then we're going to say a prayer together. All right? So, community, this is...
Janet. Baruch haba b'shem Adonai. May you who have come to be blessed in the name of the source of life. Let us walk together in the light of the divine one. Welcome.
All right, everyone, this is...
Hannah.
Baruch haba b'shem Adonai. May you who have come to be blessed in the name of the source of life.
Nele be'or b'shem Adonai.
Let us walk together in the light of the divine one. Welcome.
Great to have you. All right, community, this is...
Damon.
David. Baruch haba b'shem Adonai. May you who have come to be blessed in the name of the source of life.
Nelech beor b'shem Adonai.
Let us walk together in the light of the divine one. Welcome.
Okay.
Something that I really enjoy pointing out is when we say Baruch haba b'shem Adonai, that's the same greeting in the Jewish tradition that we say when a new baby is born and when a wedding couple is coming up to their nuptials. We really believe that what you're doing here today is starting a new life. We're so excited to have you. In this week's Torah portion, we have Aaron, who's the first high priest, and it's showtime. It's the first time this has ever happened where he's asked to lead the people. And there's this moment where the rabbis believe that he hesitates. And the rabbis conjecture that he hesitates because of his own shame, of what he had allowed to happen in his community. But he perseveres. And I know that coming here can often bring some feelings of shame or guilt. But let's take that energy of Aaron and continue on this fight. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be hard. But you have all of these people who love you, even though they've just met you. And we're here to support you and be with you through this journey. And even when it's hard and you want to leave, those doors don't lock. But we're just going to ask you to do one thing. And that is hold on. Thank you. Our residents are coming with us on this journey of recovery. And together as a community right now, we're going to go on a journey to welcome in Shabbat another time. Lecha dodi, come my beloved, come my loved one, come my friend, come my comrade, come my new friend. Let's come together and welcome Shabbat.
Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela Shamoy v'zachor b'dibor echad v'yishmi'anu El ha'me'ochad Adonai echad O shemo echad l'shemo tiferet Ve'eliti la lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat lecho v'nelcha ki mekor Aberacha merosh mikedem Nesucha sov ma'aseh B'machshava tefila lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela Ki toreri kiva orech kumli ori shedaberi kevod Adonai Allah yichnigla lekadodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Everyone please rise and face the doorway as we welcome in the Shabbos bride. Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha uvetzola tzor emunei am segula boi chala lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat
With that love of Shabbat, Daniel is here to read a prayer for healing.
I just want to say that this event is the Shabbos is very meaningful to me. I lost my grandmother to breast cancer before I was born, so I never got to meet her. And I lost my aunt to a different type of cancer too, both on my dad's side. My dad's mother and my dad's sister both died from cancer, so this prayer goes out to them. From the source of all life, we draw forth these blessings. Blessings of healing for all who are ill. Blessings of strength to move through all fear and pain, disease and uncertainty. Blessings of comfort from their families, friends, and communities. May this be your will, and may this be our will. May we support our healers and all who care for the ill and infirm. May we demand that our leaders and officials honor the public trust entrusted to them by prioritizing the health of our communities. May we fight the well-being of those whom our system has left behind and commit to building a society that cares for all who dwell in our midst. And let us say, Amen. Thank you.
With that energy, we're going to take time to think of those people in our lives who need healing of body, mind, or soul. No matter what state we're in, we are always worthy of healing, whether that means of physical healing or comfort or a sense of community. So right now, I invite you to take a deep breath. And we're going to think about those people in our lives, and maybe people we don't even know who need healing, and wish them well.
Sheberach Avoteinu Abraham Yitzhak veYaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel Leah Yivarech Virapeh et hacholim Elna Rifanala Elna Rifanala Elna Rifanala Elna Rifanala Mi Sheberach Avoteinu Abraham Yitzhak veYaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel Leah Uyivarech Virapeh et hacholim.
Amen. We rise together now for our communal call to prayer.
Laila lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Yai, lie, 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 lie. Yai, lie, 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 lie. Yai, lie, 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 lie. Yai, lie, 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 lie. Yai, lie, 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 lie. Yai, lie, 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 lie. Baruchu et Adonai Hamivorach. Baruch Adonai Hamivorach, Hamivorach Leolam Va'ed. Hamivorach, Hamivorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hamivorach Leolam Va'ed.
You may be seated. Earlier, I said that we are here to honor our loved ones and celebrate Shabbat, but really, I lied. Really, what we're here to do is we're to experience and share love. Love is what got us here. Not addiction, not illness, but love. Love for each other and love for ourselves, and love that we have in this room, in this community. So we're going to sing Ahava Rabbah, great Avat Olam, great abounding love that is for our world and also comes from God.
משפטים אותנו למדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו
בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך
ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגה יומם ולילה. ואבטיה אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
Okay. So- um, what's love if we're not listening for it, if we're not open for it? So we're going to sing our central prayer of the Jewish tradition of the Shema, where we listen to each other, listen to the source of love.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Ve'avta et Adonai Elohecha בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם נאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Now I'm going to call up Avia, our very amazing head of development and just a fantastic woman who's going to share her story.
Hi, everyone. I'm Avia. Very grateful member of this community. I'm usually up here telling my story of addiction, but I'm going to quickly tell my story of surviving breast cancer. I went through this amazing house 19 years ago, and I healed here, and I got so much better here, and started a life with Doug, who many of you know, and it was 2004 when I came through here, and we had our first son, and then we had our second son, and they were 1 and 3 at the time, and sort of by accident and not on purpose, I found a lump in my breast. I wasn't doing an exam. I wasn't looking for it. I was 29 at the time and had just finished nursing my second son, and I had that feeling that it was like, there's no way this is cancer, and I absolutely know this is cancer. It was the strangest sort of moment. I had no family history. I was 29 years old. It really made no sense. But it was that inner voice, you know, that feeling where you just know something's wrong. And my mom was over at the time, and I had her feel it, and she too said, it's probably nothing, it feels like a cyst, maybe it's just from nursing. And Doug said, absolutely, we are getting that checked out immediately, and we called my gynecologist, who said the same, it's probably nothing, we'll check you out at your next appointment in 6 months, and we'll take a look at it then. Again, Doug said, and I'm sort of just like a listener and a follower, and I was like, okay, that sounds fine. And Doug said, absolutely not, we're coming in tomorrow. And he demanded that I be seen, and we went in, and I had an ultrasound done, and I could tell. You remember the funniest things about this process, and I just will never forget the technician's face the minute that wand sort of went over it. Just the slightest look in her face, and I knew that it was bad. And she said, I'll be right back. I need to get someone in to come and look at this. And you sort of move through these series of rooms in this breast center in Beverly Hills, and they had me go do a mammogram and then a biopsy. And the waiting the waiting is the hardest part. It's not the part that people always talk about. People talk about the chemo and the radiation and the treatment, but the waiting to know what it was. And that was the 3 hardest days. I'll never forget the rain, the 3 o'clock call that came in, what I was wearing, who was around me. I'll never forget that moment when they said it was triple negative breast cancer, which was a very, very aggressive form of breast cancer. And then, again, more waiting. You get a PET scan, a CT scan, and you just wait to find out, is it in your bones, is it in your brain, has it traveled anywhere? And meanwhile, I have a 1 and a 3-year-old at home, and we're all scared to death, and I'm in the fetal position almost every day, and just so riddled with fear. But like I learned at Beit Shuvah, what I needed then most was community, and I needed support, and I needed places like Sharsheret that are there for everybody that needs those resources. I found for me that the most helpful thing through that process was just talking to survivors. It's the only thing that got me through every one of those days. I needed to see that mom of 3 on the other end of her journey talking about surviving and how she did it. And it was the only thing that really got me through 6 months of wretched chemo and 35 rounds of radiation and double mastectomy and 7 surgeries in a year. And, you know, and then you're finally on the other end of it. And I just said, whatever's the most aggressive course of treatment, that's what I want to do. I don't care how hard it is. I need to be here for these babies of mine. I'm not going anywhere. And so I did what was ever available to me. But then it just becomes this maintenance, you know, it's getting checked and getting nervous before every check and sitting in that office terrified that it's growing again and it's coming back. And but it gets better, and I found out that I had the BRCA gene, which is why I got cancer so young. I had this gene mutation. So I've treated it as aggressively as I could. I had literally everything, my ovaries, everything's gone. And it was scary. It was really scary, but it was the right thing for me. And I get to stand here alive today, thank goodness, because and the only, you know, there was only one time really where I felt like my sobriety and cancer sort of intersected, and it was in one of those waiting moments where I was we were waiting to find out if it went to the brain, and I was so uncomfortable. I was like vibrating with nerves, and I felt like the only thing that would help was a bottle of vodka. Like I knew it would help, actually. I didn't think, I knew I would feel so much better, but I learned at Beit Shuvah to play the tape out, and the next morning I'd wake up and I'd still have cancer, and I would have lost all my recovery, and well, not all of it, but I would have had to start over. And anyway, thanks for listening.
Thank you so much, Avia. We're so lucky to have you and to have your bravery. Okay.
singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken eyes and learn to see all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to be free.
You know, in Shabbos we talk about how there's a male entity of God and a female entity of God coming together. And we just saw that on stage. We're very thankful. With that, we're going to bring that really beautiful energy into celebrating our birthdays. And our first birthday we have this evening is Mike L. for 2 years. Mike, for you, we have understanding.
Hey guys, my name's Mike. I'm a grateful member of this community. It's good to be back here. I haven't been back for a while and haven't been to a service in a long time. It's amazing how much I miss vaping in the bathroom. Can't believe it. You know what? This coming back here just reminds me how much this place did for me. I mean, I lived here for a year for like nothing, you know, and even after the insurance was gone, they let me stay here for a year for like peanuts, you know, and it was unbelievable. You know, before I came here, there was a time I had 16 years sober, and I decided, and my life got super full and like amazing, and it was so good that I decided I needed to go see what else was out there. So I started drinking again, and I was out for about 10 years, and pretty much scorched my life to the ground pretty good. I had a couple good years there, but after that, it got pretty bad. You can't run from this thing, man. It's crazy. Like I tried to outrun this thing, and it catches up to you good. I've heard some really good stories here tonight. Some really amazing stories of breast cancer, and it's a lot of courage there. And it was really good for me to come here tonight and see you guys. I've got a couple of good friends here. My friend Sarah is here. She's been struggling for a while, and it like makes me so happy to see her here. My friend Ian, you know, these guys, you have no idea what these guys, the kind of addicts they are. Unbelievable, man. And for them to be here is like a serious miracle. I mean, like, and I wouldn't have had them come at any other place. Anyway, I'm not going to ramble on up here too much longer, but I'm just really proud of those two. And man, I swear to God, I'm just really grateful for Beit Shuva. It's been 2 years. I moved out of here about a year ago, and you know, back to my own apartment, and it's just been a trip, man. It's been a journey, and I can't say enough about Beit Shuva. Like it's all about Beit Shuva. You guys helped me so much, and that's it. Thanks.
All right, Dominic, 11 years. We got kindness for you.
I'm Dominic. I'm a grateful member of this community. I'm also a pill-popping, drunk, absolute criminal shithead. I will never forget that part. Thank you for all the transparency and the stories tonight. I love the vulnerability in this room. That's why I keep coming back. Shout out to the quartet tonight. You guys are doing an awesome job. That was the best Mies Morshier I've ever heard. Very cool. For those of you that don't know me, I was in a really bad place. I was in and out of jail. I couldn't spend a couple hours in the morning sober. I rarely drew a sober breath at the lowest point of my life. You know, I've done, you know, some things that I'm definitely not proud of. I've broken the trust of my loved ones. I've ripped off people that have put a lot of trust into me. And I don't blame any of that on my drugs and my alcohol. That's the truth. I lived a selfish and self-centered life. I couldn't see more than 5 minutes in front of me. Drugs played a part in it, don't get me wrong. I was upside down and it made it worse, but I take full responsibility for every action that I've ever done outside of the drinking and the drugs, because the truth is, in retrospect, it really had nothing to do with my behavior. I had to use drugs and alcohol to mask the shame of all the bullshit that I was involved in. And that's the reality of it. I've said this every year I take a cake. I'm not standing up here because I'm smart. I definitely need to get sober because I'm smart. I'm standing up here today because by the grace of God, I didn't die. That's it. And I stood at a turning point that allowed me to feel the weight of all of my bullshit, and I became reasonable as a result. My life is full today. If you know anything about my life, I live a life of pure abundance and pure connection and love. Like I am surrounded by redwood trees, inside and out of here. I could close my eyes and connect to the far corners of the universe. Like that's how connected I feel today. So it is a complete 180. And I did everything that you hear over and over. Get a sponsor, work your steps. You don't hear this though. Work your fucking ass off at them. Like don't just like, oh, get a sponsor, yeah, I did this, my step 4 sucked, I don't feel right. Fuck that. Like work at it. Like work. And that is the thing that Rabbi Mark helped me with. He said, apply the things that you're good at to the things you're not good at. And I will say this, out of the 11 years that I've been sober, I am proud of this. I worked my ass off to attain the peace that I have today with all of that. But do everything they say. I couldn't have done this, though, without Beit Shuva. I couldn't have done this without the 3 people that are sitting right there. My sister Antonia, my father Fred, and my mom Josette. You guys are why I'm up here taking this cake, because you guys actually sat through all the hell. I was fucked up during the hell. It was a bad dream. That's it. You guys actually had to sit and endure it and be like, what? How is this going to end? And I am so sorry, again, that you guys had to sit through that. And I know we're all stronger as a result. And I know, that we, we're able to like help more and have a bigger perspective on things. But I will never forget the absolute terror and hell that I put you guys through. And I love you so much. So just know that. And this cake that I take tonight is for you guys. I love you, Beit Shuva. And thank you again for your transparency and my home away from home.
We're going to sing happy birthday. So anyone who would like to give Dominic or Mike their cake, or we can all stand and sing, whatever is in your heart.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mike and Dominic. Happy birthday to you. Keep coming back sober.
Thank you for sharing your sobriety with us, Mike and Dominic. Thank you so much. Now we are honored to hear from Jenna, who is our representative from Sharsheret, who's going to share with us this evening.
Shabbat Shalom. I just want to thank everybody for every moment of tonight. It's incredibly meaningful to be here, and thank you to everybody who shared their stories and their connection to breast cancer. I've been reflecting a lot this week about what I wanted to share tonight with this group. As someone who's a family member of a person who's struggled with addiction, coming to Beit Shuva, Shabbat is deeply personal for me. I've watched my loved ones struggle for years to manage their addiction, and I've seen the way their alcoholism has impacted them and my whole family, and it's actually my first time sharing this in front of anybody in the Jewish community, so I really want to share that tonight. I also had a family member who struggled with breast cancer for 11 years and passed away of stage 4 breast cancer last year. So, and as we gather here tonight to celebrate the lives and memories of people that we love impacted by breast and ovarian cancer, in this unique and beautiful Beit Shuva Shabbat, I wanted to share what I thought these two issues have in common. In the cancer world, we talk a lot about the journey. There's the part where you're in treatment and getting through it, but even when treatment ends, the emotional and physical impact is always with you. The fear of cancer coming back, the way you've adjusted your life to give space for the cancer, either in the way you've changed your behavior or how you look at your life, the good days and the bad days. It's something that will always be a part of your experience. And similar to those who face addiction, a cancer diagnosis doesn't impact just the person going through it, but their whole family. For caregivers and loved ones, you struggle for ways to help and provide support. You deal with your own fears of the unknown and how to keep your loved ones safe. You wonder, did I do anything to cause this or to make it worse? These last few years with my aunt's breast cancer, I struggled to do and say the right thing, and I always wonder if what I did was enough. And like addiction, cancer can be hereditary, passed on from generation to generation in a cycle that we all want to break. I've seen how alcoholism has been passed down in my family and felt the effects of that throughout my childhood. And we know that breast cancer can be hereditary. This was mentioned earlier from Avia. The BRCA gene mutation is incredibly common in Ashkenazi Jews. 1 in 40 Ashkenazi Jews, no matter your sex assigned at birth, is a carrier of the BRCA gene mutations, which significantly increase your risk for breast, ovarian, melanoma, pancreatic, and prostate cancers. And if you have a family history of any of the cancers I just mentioned, you should be considered high risk and consider genetic testing if it's right for you. My pages got stuck. Genetic testing is more affordable than ever before. And you should consider speaking with a genetic counselor, and Sharsheret, the organization that I work for, has one that's free that you can talk to. There are over 70 known cancer mutations that we can now test for, so it's not just the BRCA mutation. If you have been tested for that and only that, unfortunately, that doesn't mean you're off the hook, and I suggest considering getting more genetic testing. There's mutations including CHEK2, PALB2, and Lynch syndrome that are extremely common. And any family history, regardless of whether you test positive for a mutation, should be taken seriously by your doctors, regardless of whether you test positive. And unfortunately, anyone can be diagnosed with breast cancer and ovarian cancer, and I know you mentioned prostate cancer as well. 1 in 8 women and 1 in 1,000 men in their lifetime with no family history can test positive. And 1 in 72 people with ovaries can be test positive for ovarian cancer, and 1 in 8 men with prostate cancer, or with prostates, can be test positive for prostate cancer. So we all need to pay attention to our bodies. Speak up if something doesn't feel right. I think Avia gave the best example of that. And stick to your screening. Stick to your screening plan. Do not delay appointments ever. If something does not look or feel right, speak up. I don't have to tell this room that the Beit Shuvah community is something very special. I came to my first Beit Shuvah Shabbat 16 years ago, and I've always felt connected to this place, which joins people across years and circumstances together in a chain of support. Sharsheret means chain in Hebrew, with the idea that we are all links in a chain supporting one another. Whether you or someone you love was diagnosed a week ago, a year ago, or 20 years ago, we are here for you to provide support and community for your cancer journeys. Sharsheret offers free and confidential psychosocial support, financial assistance, and cancer genetics education. Please don't hesitate to reach out. After tonight, come and find me tonight. If you or someone you love is facing hereditary cancer risk or a diagnosis for breast or ovarian cancer. Tonight, as we honor the intersection of those who sit between addiction and breast cancer and ovarian cancer, please know that your community is here for you in the Sharsheret, the chain of strength and support. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for having me.
Let's give it up again for Jenna. Thank you so much. Just to reiterate, Jenna's going to be here for a little while after services. We have pamphlets and information for you available, and we're so lucky to have you. Thank you. We're going to sing a song for peace to round us out.
You can sing along with me if you know it.
Also, the words are up there.
Oh, say shalom bimromav. Oh, yaseh shalom aleinu. V'al kol Yisrael. V'imru. Amen. Yaseh shalom יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
May the one who grants peace in the heavens bring peace down to us. And may we say amen. We've honored life, and we've also honored memories, and now it is our time to honor and make space for loss. The loss of loved ones in the last week, the last 30 days, the last year, or people that we're holding in our hearts this evening on this very special Shabbat. The yard starts for this evening are Gladys Hoskins, Jerry Macta, Sylvia Macta, Joan Nicholas, John King, Arby Bort, Leonard Obb, Les Bell, Sarah Jacobs, Stanley Barth, Edward Bazer, John Mayers, Faye Fletcher, Wynne Evans, Teresa Seligman, Claire Freeman, Cy Kessler, Mark Levy, Theodore Carroll, Bernard Harris, Jerry Kay, Joan Aiken, Jerry Glazer, Sarah Abigail, Dana Maltz, Ben Scher, Jay Gagerman, Ronald Mankoff, Sandra Yankowitz, Marcia Solomon, Gail Weiner, Elaine Gumpert, Quinn Yamron, Gabrielle Walensky, Marty Schiffer, Dina Hofkosh, Benjamin Paul, David Ruderman, Paul Marr, Howard Seligman, Greg Sutton, Lisa Cooper, Stephen Raceman, William Besser, Ari Clark, Jake Schneider, Mitch Hodesh, David Hansen, Asher Barkhan, Everett James, Rabbi Yossi Khan, Susan Gesseldheit, Harvey Weiner, Josephine Villarreal, Sarah Wilshinsky, Stuart Lotman, Peter Bergman, Danica Valencia, Constant Ross Landis, Edwin Greenberg, Patricia Page, Sherry Holland, and Mike Wiseman. If you have a name that you would like to share, please say their name out loud as my hand passes you. Yaakov ben Moshe Sarah and Francis Carter. We also say Kaddish for those who don't have someone to say Kaddish for them. We're going to join together. Yitgadal v'yitkadash me Rabba, Ve'alma divra chirte ramich machute v'chayachon uvyomechon uchaye de kol beit Israel bagala uvizman karim v'imru. Amen. Yehi shme rabba mevarach leolam omei almaya. Itbarach v'ishtabach v'itramar v'itramam v'itnaseh v'itadar v'hitalel v'hitalal shme de kudusha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiram ve'alma v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'ramav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Israel ve'al kol yeshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for making this such a beautiful service. Thank you to our people who shared. Thank you to our quartet, as you've been named, Sarah, Cantor, Nate, Micah, and Ted. Thank you so much. We want to welcome our new residents once more, Damon, Janet, and Hannah. And we want to say happy birthday again to Mike and Dominic. Thank you to our speakers, Travis, Cody, Daniel, Avia, and Jenna. And thank you all for being here. Thank you so much. Some announcements for our community. We are seeking Shabbat sponsors. Do we have any takers for next Shabbat? Amazing, thank you, thank you. Any little bit helps with Shabbat. Shabbat allows us to put this amazing production on. We stream, we have people in the back working really hard. If you're interested, please contact Sarah Jacobs and she will get you set up.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.